And if you're joining me on YouTube, this is a live stream, so if I'm talking to chat or otherwise distracted, that's going to be par for the course. All right, let's take a look at the situation here. Prapper has insurance for me, which I'm probably going to want to pick up. We have one more day on this before it expires and I lose everything. I do have quest rewards. Ooh, I don't know why that was glitching out. I do have quest rewards to get, but I don't have room. I have had a chronically bad situation as far as my stash is concerned. And although I've done some things to alleviate it a little bit, I could do a little bit more to alleviate it on top of that. But I know one of my quest rewards is something that's huge, and I'm not really sure how we're going to accommodate it. And it's also an item I'm going to want to keep around. I'm not going to want to use, which just exasperates my issues that I have. But let's just look forward at what we're going to be doing now. So, as far as my quests, this is just loot. That'll just be random. I've been doing this one. I actually progressed very far on it. This is going to be circumstantial. It's a specific time that we have to go into a raid, and I don't know what time it is yet because I haven't looked. And I'm not geared up to do it anyway. So this will be something we do depending on the other circumstances. I can do this one right now, but I'm not going to worry about it. I kind of want to do this quest first. This one is what I'm really focused on. We have to kill 20 scabs at shoreline using a suppressed weapon. So I'm all geared up to do that. I have a SKS that I got from a quest reward. I'm all geared up for that. I have a suppressor on it because that's a requirement. And I have pretty decent armor here. And my kit in general is alright. I did manage to get a documents case, which will help me. I actually have keys now. Some of these will work on shoreline. Some of them are irrelevant, but I just like to have all my keys together. So I don't really have to worry about moving keys around too much. And also I use the space that I was previously using for my keys to help me with my stash. So this is a good pickup. It cost me a fair amount of cash. I had like, I'd say somewhere over 400,000, and purchasing that dipped me down quite a bit. So we do have to worry a little bit about money, but not a huge amount. As far as my gear goes, I'm using the last of the PS ammo that I had for the 7.62 by 39. So we're looking to get rid of that if we can. If this run doesn't go well, that's fine. We lose the ammo and we'll get better ammo. And I have backup suppressed weapons I can use. If it goes well, though, and I'm hoping it goes well, my game plan for the SKS is to do what I did with the AKM. So this one AKM, we did a shoreline quest with that previously, and it made it through almost all of that. I had like maybe 4 to 7 kills that I got before I had this AKM. I'm not positive on that, but the other 25 I did entirely with this. And what I did is I went in with it at first not being all that kitted out. This was a weapon that Daddy gave me. And then I slowly upgraded it over time until it was quite a bit kitted out. I'm going to do the same thing with the SKS. We're going to take the SKS in. It's got some mods. We've got a sight. We've got a suppressor. Suppressor is required, so that of course. And I had the suppressor already, so it wasn't any extra investment. I already had the sight as well. So none of this was extra investment. But the game plan is we run with this in a raid. If it does well, we will reward the weapon by upgrading it. And we'll go from there. So we'll progressively upgrade this more and more. And if it makes it all the way through the quest, then it will be very upgraded at the end of it. But let's go ahead and just go into our escape here. All right, so shoreline it is. We'll go 8 in the morning. I don't want to do 8 p.m. because it's already going to be on the cusp of getting dark. By the time we get into anything, it'll be dark. Now, with this raid, I should double check on my insurance. Armor isn't all insured. That's good to go. This is the armor I did when I had the AKM. And it never really got tested too much. It only took a little bit of damage. So it's in good condition. I went ahead and just insured the SKS because I do have some mods on it. But it's probably worth a decent amount of money. Although, if somebody does kill me, even if they don't take the SKS, they'll probably strip the suppressor, which is the main thing we want to ensure here. But who knows? We might die to a scav. All right, let's ready up. But I have high hopes for this. A lot of it depends on where we spawn in. If I get the spawn that I want, I have a particular game plan. If I get a spawn I don't like, I don't know what I'm going to do. There's a couple spawns I can think of that I'll be a little bit more undecided on what I want to do. I've kind of found a good strategy for doing these scav runs on Shoreline. And I'm going to continue to run that strategy as much as I'm possible, as much as possible, and as much as I'm able to. But it does determine, it does depend a lot on where I spawn in. If I get a bad spawn, well, I'm not sure. Not sure how we're going to do this. Feel like this loading's taking a while. I feel like it's locked up. Ah, there it goes. Yeah, I was on loading map for a while there. Kind of wondering, is my computer not running all that well right now? Well, hopefully it does okay and we don't have to restart it or something. I hate having to do that when there's a stream because then it's a stop and start in your stream. Not ideal. But sometimes it is what it is. But I've been playing Escape from Tarkov quite a bit in my off time as well as on stream. Been really enjoying it. And we're getting through these quests. It's going to be a while before we level up any more dealers. I'm at level 22 now, heading towards 23. As much as I'm knocking out these quests at a pretty good clip now, I feel like I've gotten into the game and I kind of know, I've got my legs under me and I kind of know what to do with the way the game works now. Because a lot of what I was doing before was operating off of old knowledge, but I kind of realized it's been a while. Like when I played it before, it had been a while. So getting used to the differences, because the maps have changed a little bit, especially customs. But what's also changed is the scav spawns. So if you go to the places I used to go to kill scavs, it doesn't really work as well as it used to. And that's another thing here. I can't really dictate how many scavs I'm going to kill. A lot of it depends on where we spawn in, how long it takes me to get to where I want to go, and just whether or not the scavs decide to spawn in there. I could do the same route 5 times and have different results every time. Okay, so this is one of those spawn-ins where I have no clue. Oh, I'm right next to the weather station. I don't really want to go to the weather station, but when they give me this spawn, I feel like I have no choice. You know what? Let's go against expectations. I'm not going to go to the weather station. Screw that weather station. That is not part of the plan. I just don't like where I've been dumped in because I feel like I'm going to run into a lot of players trying to get to where I want to go. Weather station tempting, but the problem is I'm not here to loot. I'm here to kill scavs. And at this stage, going to the weather station early can tick one of those boxes, getting loot. But the problem is other players may go there, so I may have a player fight, which is not part of my tasks right now. I mean, I wouldn't mind it if I, of course, win. But it's just not part of my objective right now. And there will not be scavs there. Well, not likely anyway. There's possibility, but it's very unlikely at this stage, this early in the match. All right, we have to really keep our eyes out here because players can spawn all over in the area that we're currently in. I'm more worried about what's going on my right. Now, if I was those, like, if I put myself in those players' shoes, now granted, I don't think they're going to do what I'm doing necessarily. But let's just say I'm putting myself in their shoes. I suspect that they would go towards the weather station or the resort. That's my expectation. That's why we're not going there. Because as much as we may find scavs at those two locations, this early in the raid, it's very unlikely. What's more likely is we're going to run into players and get killed. And if our goal is to kill scavs and we get killed by players, that is counterintuitive. So, kind of the gameplay I run, or game plan I run, is don't go to where the players are going to be. Hey, Jasmine. Oh, and thanks for the follow. And I'm noticing that my little guy got cut off. I'm gonna have to modify that. I guess that picture is bigger than the old thing. Yeah, the thing on screen got cut off a little bit. It could be your name being long, I guess. But still, I think I should revise that to make sure it doesn't happen again. Might change the font size, maybe a little bit. But I also changed my image recently. So that might be part of the reason as well. So I'll play around with that. Probably just a nice font change will do it. I'm still getting used to this bot stuff. Yeah. Yeah, you do have a long name, but it's a good name. I like it. Luke can spawn in there. Tempting. I mean, it's kind of on the way, right? Let's go get it. Never run into players here, but that doesn't mean that won't happen this time. It's a good loot location. I don't know how many players know about it, though. Let's do a little peek-see in the window. Looks okay. Do a little breach look. Okay, looks all right. See something on that shelf. We'll take a look at that. It looks like just an ammo box. Pistol, nothing really great here, but we'll pick it up nonetheless. Indeed, it is an ammo box. Looks like for Makarov ammo, we'll just stick that right there for now. I don't think we'll probably keep that, but... Oh, we could put it in the Makarov. We got one. Oh, hello. That's a lot of stuff. A lot of junk. All right, let's fold this up. I mean, it's not a bad thing to take it, because I can always sell it. Let's unload this mag. This is kind of keeping me here longer than I'd like, but... At least it makes a Makarov a viable backup. We fill it full of ammo. I'll take that mag. Everything else is junk to me, in my opinion. The one thing I'll say about... You know, we should have topped off the Makarov. Oh, well. We racked the slide. It's good to go. The one thing I'll say about the SKS I have... No, it's not really a Battle Royale. It does, like, kind of share... Like, if you're into a Battle Royale game, it shares, like, a skill set, I guess, I would say, to a certain extent. That's probably a big drop. I don't want to turn my ankle on that. This is probably better. But yeah, the idea of this is you go into the raid with whatever gear you start with. And it's kind of on a progression system, right? So you loot, and if you live by extracting, and I'll show you what my extracts are right in a second. So I have to go to the tunnel, pure boat, or rock passage. You'll notice that some of those have question marks. Some of those have question marks because they're conditional. They may or may not be there, but the tunnel will always be there. If I make it to the tunnel extract, I live, and whatever I have on me, I keep. There's also an economy, both a player economy and a kind of standard NPC trader economy that you can play around with. And a money system and all kinds of stuff. And that's kind of how it works. It's very leaning towards like hardcore realism. So the weapons are geared to operate relatively realistically. You have a health system. There's kind of an RPG system too. I can show some of that stuff off right now. So here's our health. So we have a bunch of different body parts and health for those body parts. There's a bunch of things that will happen if you take damage into various body parts. You can have various injuries in your arms and legs. You can have fractures, and you're going to need a splint to fix that. You can get bleed damage, which you'll need a bandage to fix. And then you should have general health damage, which you can repair with health kits, which I do have some on my person. You also have a lockbox container. That is something that cannot be looted. So if I were to die right now, everything I have on me would be lost, at least in theory. You can also do insurance. So these things are the little gold shield. Those are things I've insured. If nobody loots it and takes it out of the raid, then I get it back after a period of time. But everything I haven't insured, which is a good chunk of what I have, especially the things that I get in the raid, they'll be lost if I die. So there's kind of a monetary investment, monetary equipment, gear, whatever, investment in every raid. So right now, my goal is to kill scavs. Scavs are NPC players, although they can be player controlled. You can do scav runs. I'll show that a little bit later. I don't know if I'll actually do a scav run, but I'll at least show you the concept. But the idea of a scav run is you're more or less playing with house money. You're going to have randomized gear. So this is the rock passage. It's not active, and the way I know it's not active is there's usually green smoke in the area when it's active. I don't see the green smoke, so it's not active. There can be a scav up here. Oh, I need to get my pipper. Do that one. I like that one. So yeah, some red dots have variable little red dot symbols that you can use. And the little tiny dot, nah, I don't like that so much. So I switch it to one I like a little bit better. So yeah, there can be a scav up here that's a sniper. I don't see him. Scavs can spawn around this bunker. I don't see any, but it's kind of early in the run, so they may not have it. Oh. That scared me a little bit. There's gunshots. I think it sounded like behind me. Sound design is a big part of this game. You kind of have to pay attention to what's going on around you. Flashlight. That's good. We want to keep that. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna take the car kit and do a little switcheroo with that. Then I guess I'll put the flashlight in my lockbox in case we live. We can sell that. That way we're at least coming out with something if we die. I'd prefer to come out with a little bit more. I think that's all that's here. All right. I don't know where that guy... It sounded like he was off to my left and behind me. But it sounded relatively close, so we need to get going. So he doesn't come in behind me and kill me. Again, I wouldn't mind killing players, but that's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to kill NPCs because I have a quest for it. Yeah, it's kind of like Apocalypse Survival. So you're in an area, it's called Escape from Tarkov. So you're in Tarkov, which is kind of like a fictional, what is the way to talk about it? It's like a independent city-state in the Russia, like kind of like nearby Russia. So most of the people are Russian. And this place has like become a war zone. So a lot of the normal populace has been evacuated and become refugees. But there are two warring factions of PMCs, or private and military contractors, more or less mercenaries. One is called USEC, which is what I'm part of. You can pick which one you are playing. It doesn't really have any effect other than your voice lines, which I'll give you one.
So, what do we got here?
So if you're USEC, it's in English. If you are Bear, it's in Russian. So Bear is a Russian-based mercenary company, and USEC is like a Western one. The UN is also here. But yeah, it's just a war zone. The scavs are pretty much those people that didn't make it out. The refugees that are still here. So they have turned to a scavenger lifestyle to survive. And they're kind of your... so this is a little bit different than a lot of other games of this type in that you have the NPCs, which in my opinion adds a little bit of interesting flavor to the game itself. There are also a couple scav bosses. Not on this map yet, but one is on the customs map and one is on the interchange map. The one on the interchange map, his name's Killa. He is extremely scary as a group, because you can squad in with other players. Right now I'm just playing solo, but you can squad in with other players. 3 of us were able to take down Killa, and it almost caused me to poop my pants, that encounter, because he's very frightening. But the scav boss on customs, he goes in like a pack, like, so he's got guards and also very frightening. This game's very scary. Just because of the nature of how things work. You can die very quickly. You often die, well, you die often. And it's kind of wild. Okay, so first loot location. This is what another guy I play with, his name's Daddy. He calls us spin tires. Oh, that's an item I've never seen before. What is it? Ah, it's an attachment. All right, we'll take that home with us. Although, you know what? Let's take the flashlight. Bandage isn't really worth too much to me. I don't really want the other part. Okay, so I got to be careful with this swamp, because if you walk into the swamp, it really slows you down. All right. So I'm just going to hit this house because it has decent loot. And then we're going to get out of the swamp area because I really don't like this area too much. There's not a whole lot that goes on in here. But we're going to hit the village proper, and that's when things are going to get more dangerous. That's where we're looking to find scabs. So you've got these 2 boxes you can loot. And what type of like container that you loot is going to dictate what type of loot it is. So this is like a military box, so we can have weapons or weapon attachments and what have you. Although I'm kind of striking out here. This is an ammo box, so it's going to have ammo, potentially. Some more Makarov ammo. I'll grab that. Makarov ammo really doesn't interest me so much. I mean, we have a Makarov in our... Yeah, I'll just take it because we don't have anything else. You know, control click will make that a little faster. We'll take it because we don't have anything else, but not really ideal loot. But I can probably use the Makarov ammo anyway. Just looking around for loose loot. I don't see anything. Yeah, let's get out of here. Thought I saw movement, but it could have been my imagination. If there's a movement here, it's definitely a player. I've never seen scavs in this area. Okay, that's the church. That's the wrong direction. So we follow this, we'll hit the village proper, and then it's going to be dicey, because definitely scavs spawn in there. And the fighting tends to be like house to house. So pretty dangerous. But we're going to loot up some of these houses. That way, you know, if we have a good run, we kill a couple scavs, we can just get out and get some money. Let's kneel down, search the jacket. Jacket can have all kinds of things. In this case, it has nothing. Plexiglass, that's a good item. Matches. Matches trade for a lot on the... Oh, paracord is rare. I happen to know that that's a rare item, so we're definitely putting that in our lockbox. That is the first time I've ever even seen it. We got just a gravity-defying wrench there. I probably should pick that up, because Peacekeeper gives me 18 bucks for it. And usually there's loot that spawns on this bed, but I don't see anything. Get a toolbox. This is what I call the moldy house, because, I mean, look at it. Alkali. I'll pick that up. It's worth a little bit. We do not want to have it where it is, though. Because I need room to swap out mags, and we are going to need to keep 2 spaces free for that. I may dump the Makarov ammo if we find something cool. Or matches. Bolts aren't really worth anything to me. I don't know which ammo is good and which one's not. We'll just get rid of this one. Grab the matches. As far as my gear, you're going to have your helmet, your armor, you can have face... these are mostly cosmetic, face cover and eyewear. You have your rig. This is where you're going to be putting a lot of your magazines often. And this is where you can... when you reload, this is where you draw from. You can also draw from your pockets. And this is also true for medicals. So if I want to use a medical, if I want to assign it to my toolbar, I can't do it when it's in my backpack, but if I put it up here, I can do that, and all I have to do is hit the number key, and I can instantly use it. I can use it while it's in my backpack, but it's just a little slower, because I have to go into the inventory to use it. Okay, we're going to go around back. Now we're getting into the village proper. This is where everything is going to be dangerous. And I'm happy with it taking a little longer, because by it taking a little longer, we're ensuring the scavs spawn in. And this timer is a time limit on us. It's a fairly long time limit. I mean, we had an hour, and we've been in here, I don't know how long. Probably 20 minutes at this stage. The longer the time goes on, more scavs will spawn in. They have to be dialed in now, because they could potentially be in this area. But once that time limit runs out, if you're still in the raid, you die. I've never actually had that happen, though. I usually move in and out of places fairly easily. Let's just get rid of this box of ammo. We got another thing of plexiglass. Clearing the house first. There's some loot that I ignored. I just want to make sure that we're safe. Ooh, a little bit of a lag spike. Usually, I don't know if this has ever been confirmed, but when a lag spike happens, I usually figure somebody's loading in. That's too big for me to take. Although tool sets are worth something. Bolts, battery, another match. The more matches I get, the happier I am, because there's a lot of people on the player market that are willing to trade stuff for it. So I usually value matches pretty high, even though the matches themselves have very low intrinsic value. Okay. So this place we're about to hit is where... First place we can encounter scavs. No, I say can. They may not actually be there. I hear them, though. They're definitely in there. One's down. Quiet for a second. Might be another one in here. Out the window. Looking good. Alright. Close this door. Because we have a suppressed weapon, it's possible nobody heard that. I'm going to close this door too. Wait, is there not a door here? Yeah, there is. But I could hear him moving around. Big indicator of that he was there. How thirsty are we? Oh, wow, we're very thirsty. Pick up some pomegranate juice and drink that down. You do have a thirst meter. You know, it doesn't go down too fast. It's not like crazy like some survival games. But it will be a source of you dying if you're not careful. And we just drank some pomegranate juice, and now we're all full up. This guy's got a face cover we'll take. Search his pockets. So he has an AKM like what I have in here, which I'm going to actually take his because it has ammo in it. So if we need it, we've got it. I'm not going to grab this because I'm already full up with stuff. And green tea, I'll leave that for now. Okay, still not seeing any scavs, but that was our first scav. Taking a peeky out the windows, looks okay. Let's hit up the cash registers. Get some money. Put it in our wallet. Okay. So this is always like the first place I look to go to because I oftentimes encounter scavs. Sometimes I see them out on the street. Sometimes I see them in the store. Pretty frequent though that I see them here. It's just the one. Okay. There's another store in this green house right here. Checking the shelves. We got another gravity-defying wrench. Weapon crate in here, which we'll take a look at in a second. Just want to clear the building. Looks okay. Not much in the way of loose loot. One size item. Can't put that on that rail, huh? Probably worth more than some of the items I've taken. I'll get rid of the... Duct tape's kind of important, though. Get rid of this. It's only 8 rounds. You know what, while I've got a little bit of a break here. This is a very slow reload. Did that drop out a round? I hope it didn't. The SKS kind of has a funky reload. I don't see the round anywhere if it dropped out. Oh, red-handled pliers. That's worth taking. Sorry, magazine. Red-handled pliers is more important. Alright. You kind of get a feel, if you play this game long enough, you get a feel for the economy and what things are worth. Alright, I'm going to take a peek-see at the... We're right next to the extract. All I have to do is follow this road and I get there. So we can leave now. I'm going to take a little bit of a peek-see at where other scavs may be. I tend to see them up on this hill nearby the spawn, and then there could also be some on Scav Island, which is not far from there as well, which we could possibly snipe. We're gonna have to be on our game here, though, because this guy patrols, and I may not know 100% where he's gonna be until I'm on top of him. Oh, back spike. Take an E here. Do not see anything. All right, let's take a look at Scav Island, see if there's anybody down there. And then I may hop into the village proper and see if we can find any scavs in there. Sometimes dudes will be at the back of the island, and that barge is kind of in the way. Are you seeing that? Don't see anything. It's kind of disappointing from a scav spawn-in perspective, but you never really can guarantee that they're going to be at a particular location. Alright, I don't think one scav is good enough for us. We could get out right now, but we've got time, and we haven't really spent much resources, so I'm going to take a little bit more of a peek in the village. I really think this is not the best idea, because now we're getting into the more dangerous part. And the reason why it's more dangerous is because there's a lot of these walls and stuff, and I may not see a scav until I'm right on top of them. This is where you get into the more dicey house-to-house fighting. We may hear him before we see him, though, so that's okay. Gonna have to keep our ears open. We use sound to know a scab was there last time, and use it again. I feel like I just heard something. Could have been me though. I mean, oftentimes you make noises and you think. That lady have a gun in the picture? All right. I don't think I've ever been in this house. We've got more loot potential here. While we're looting. Might clean up my wallet a little bit. Get the ruble stacks together. There are 3 currencies in this game. Rubles, dollars, and euros. Not gonna take that. We do get experience from even just searching the bags, not necessarily taking things. Cigarettes. More cigarettes. Got an upstairs, which I'm probably not going to check. Bleach. I don't know if that's worth anything or not. F it, we'll go upstairs. Yeah, there's a bandage hiding there. That's better than this bandage. Go pick it up. Double bag. Keep feeling like I'm hearing stuff. Okay, I'm going to close this back up because I don't want to give any sign that I've been here. I think the more dangerous part is up over that hill. Take a peek, but this is starting to get dangerous also because we're getting close to the resort. And any gunshots people in the resort may hear. So if we have any gunshots happen, I mean, I've got a suppressor, so it kind of helps. But if the enemy shoots at me, and I will give things... Oh. Got him. Another scav. A hesitation there. I hit him with the first shot, and I thought he was going down because of the way he screamed. Give him a little quick peek. Got a shotty. Just search his pockets and be done with it. Oh. Owie. Alright, we're out of here. That scared the living crap out of me. Go ahead and reload. Very long reload for the... Oh, hello. Where did that mag go? We must have our rig full. Damn it. Stupid game. Making my life difficult. So that's what happens if your rig is full. You go to reload, and you don't have room in your rig, so you just throw the mag down. You can do that on purpose if you really want. But I didn't really want. Alright, we got 3 kills. That scab blew off my arm with a shotgun. I could heal the damage, but I don't really think there's a point. I'm not in a lot of trouble here. Also, that shot is going to let players know that I was there, which is another reason why we're bugging out. Because I've had a pretty good run here. I don't want to die at this stage. We're out of stamina. Picking Scav Island again. Don't see anything. It could have been a player Scav. The way he approached, I'm kind of curious. And we're in our extract. We just have to sit here for a few seconds and we'll be good. We have a successful run. We killed 3 scavs. Not bad. I mean, obviously you can do better on a run, but for what it was, not bad. Some experience. Oh, you can see kind of what happened there. So we did a lot of chest shooting. You can see how much damage I did. The person will have 430 hit points, but if you take out the chest or head, they die. Chest has 80 hit points, head has 35. Most weapons, if you hit them in the head and they don't have any protection in their head, it will one-shot them. 40% accuracy could have been better, but not too bad, all things considered. This is a breakdown of how we got experience. So for killing 3 scavs, we got 300, and so on and so forth. And you get a multiplier if you survive. So it behooves you to survive. You don't have to. You can still get experience and die. But you get more if you live. Also, you get more stuff. Okay, now we have our endemic stash problem. But before we worry about the stash problem, well, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to worry about my ammo. Do I have PRS ammo? PRS. PRS. Looks like I do, but it's full up, so yep. Stacks of 60s for rifle ammo of that type, which is fine. Yep. Just an empty box, nothing to worry about there. We'll just stick that by the other PRS ammo. As you can see, I have a lot of ammo in my stash at this point. To the point that I'm thinking about getting another ammo box. Things like ammo boxes, document cases are what are known as containers. They're going to give you more inventory slots per the size that it is. So it's only 2 sizes, but it gives me all these inventory slots. Wallet works similar. You've got 4 inventory slots for the wallet, but it only takes up 1 space. Most containers, though, are limited in what they can take. So a wallet can only take money. Ammo box can only take ammo. Documents case can take a few things. At the moment, I have a lot of keys in there, but it can also take money and other things as well. All right, let's see what the matches are trading for at the moment. So this is the player market, more or less. This is the... Ragman's one of the traders, so he's on here too. But we can see these are all players. So Vaxi here is trading this item, and what he's looking for is looking for matches, which is a very common thing. So if any of these things are useful to me, I can trade in matches and get them. That's why I picked up the matches. Because of medical treatment, painkillers. That I can do. That's, I think, probably the main worth of matches, is why people want them. Maybe people want contacts too. I really don't know why people want matches so bad. But for me, matches are more valuable for these things that the other players are trading. We'll take a look at this, though, once we've determined what else we want based off of the upgrades we're going to be doing to our SKS. Although I may pick this up, because I have weapons that could benefit from this. If you're ever curious what a particular item, what it works for, just go click inspect and then go compatible with. And this will give you a whole list of everything that's in your inventory that can use this upgrade. I don't know how many matches I picked up, though. I'm going to have to take a look at that. I picked up 4 matches. I don't think I have any extra in my inventory at the moment. All right, so let's do our little play around here. First thing I'm going to want to do is get rid of things I'm for sure selling. So I'm for sure selling this because I already have one. I'm for sure selling the flashlight, and I'm for sure selling the wrench. Other things I'm probably going to want to keep or trade on the flea market. So these 3 items are going to go ahead and trade. Who do we want to trade them with? These are all your dealers. The various dealers trade various items. Trapper, he trades Eastern weapons predominantly from Russia. Therapist is your medical supplier. Fence is kind of a special one. We'll talk about him later. Skier is more civilian weapons, although he has a specialty towards shotguns. Peacekeeper is your Western weapons. Mechanic is kind of a specialist in, he has a lot of weapon upgrades and some other, like he specializes in Glocks and things like that. So he's kind of special. Ragman is your clothing guy and your armor guy. So that's your kind of specialties. And they will buy certain items from you. So you can sell items to them, and it depends on what they are and what have you, on how much they're going to give you for those said items. I'm trying to level up Peacekeeper here, so selling items to him makes sense. But if we see here, this is what he's willing to give me. Now, he gives me dollars, but that's not the main currency of this game. You have the three currencies: dollars, euros, rubles, euros, dollars. Peacekeeper takes dollars, but a lot of the other traders take rubles, and that's your main currency. So I don't really, as much as I want to trade to him because I'm trying to level him up, I may not, because I kind of need the money too. So we're going to look at Skier first, because different traders will give you different values for things. Some traders are better than others. Skier only buy this flashlight from me, but he's going to give me the best money for those that do buy that kind of item. So we're going to deal with that. Mechanic will buy the stock probably, and he'll be the next one value-wise. He'll give me a few grand for it. We'll go ahead and sell that. And then we'll probably sell the wrench to Peacekeeper just so that we sold something to somebody, getting us dollars and possibly leveling him up. As far as leveling up goes, your traders will offer you more and more items the higher level they are. How you level them up is based off of your metrics here. So you have to have a certain player level, and that's where your RPG elements come in. That's where the experience comes from. You have your reputation requirement, and that's this, and you get this by doing quests for them. And then you have their money spent. That's the only thing I'm waiting for on Peacekeeper, is spending money with him. Spending money goes both ways. You can buy things from him and you can sell things from him. Both things will work towards that. Also, some dealers will provide insurance or repairs. Those also factor into the amount of money you've spent with them. So in this case, I'm going to sell this wrench to him for $18. And that's not really going to move this too much because he's looking for 13 grand, but it will eventually work its way up, slowly but surely, towards getting him leveled up. Okay, other things we want to sell. I'm definitely going to sell this AKM, but I have to have enough room in my stash to actually fit it in there. Probably going to sell this mask as well. We'll get that out of our inventory. Alkali I also sell. So Alkali sold. Mask I'm going to sell. I want to sell the AKM, but I have to make enough room to do so. Which I will eventually do. Just I don't have a lot of room in my stash at the moment. Let's go ahead and get the matches out of my inventory because we're probably going to trade those, but we'll take things one at a time. I'm sorry, this is going to be a little slow because of how bad my stash is right now. So Skier, he likes clothing items often. So we're going to go ahead and sell that to him. Next thing I'm going to sell, we can sell to the therapist. She's going to give us the most money for most things. Get 6 grand from that, which is why I picked it up. Alright, somehow I have to make room for all this other stuff so that I can make myself a lot of room so we can do more of the cool things. Okay, paracord we're keeping. This I'm keeping. This I'm keeping. What is this even for? Ah, rail for the Mosin rifle. Sure what good that's going to do me right now. Slot is not empty. Might be one we sit on for a little while. Okay, this I'm selling. Although I may save the mag. We're selling that. May sell this, I'm not sure. Probably, considering where the way my stash is right now. We're saving that. Matches we're going to be probably trading in, like turning them around right away. But let's go ahead and do some of our trading here. So we're going to sell this. I'll sell that to the mechanic. Because you probably offer me the most. Not a lot, but it's something. Alright. Space. A lot of stuff to move. But really all I have to do is just remove everything from this. So put a match up there, put that down there. Let's put the medical kit down there. So we only have to empty out this stuff. Which I may be able to do. I only need 6 spaces to do that. Let's move this up here for now. That there. Move that there. I think I'm just going to sell this because I really don't have room for it. We'll sell that to Peacekeeper just so, again, we continue to move him up. He's going to give me $99. Okay, I'll take it. Alright, now we definitely have more space to move around. And we'll get rid of this stuff. And now I can really make things happen here. Because I can do that. Now I have all the space to work with. Yay! We're going to sell this wholesale. The reason why I sell the AKM VPO 209s is because it takes the same kind of mags. I'll probably save the mag, though. Maybe. Not 100% on that. I don't feel like I really need the mag. But I'm definitely not keeping the ammo because it takes a different type of ammo, and that's your biggest problem with this gun, is the fact that it takes a different type of ammo causes you logistics problems that I don't like to see. So we're instantly trading it to Peacekeeper and just getting rid of it. But it gave me $153, so it's worth it. Oh, I should also sell the ammo. I don't know if does Peacekeeper buy that? He's gonna give me $6 for it. Let's sell it to Mechanic instead for the rubles. When it's the low dollar amounts like that, especially for something that is a... Now, where did those rubles end up? There they are. I don't remember if I ended up putting the rubles from my wallet into my stash. I could have, I don't remember. Alright, we're getting squared away now. So I dropped my one bandage, huh? That's okay, we have another one. Okay. I like having it like this because I can put it up in my rig if I have to. Alright, we'll save this bandage. Save the magazine. Can put that back in easily enough. Alright, so trading items. Take this magazine to get it out of there. So we've got the plexiglass, and we have the matches. One of which I already got out of my inventory. So let's see what we can get with that eventually. I was going to get the plexiglass out. But we're looking to upgrade the SKS. That's the whole reason why we're moving things around the way we are. So I want to upgrade this thing. So from what I read, I can get this from the mechanic. There it is. So I'm going to get this stock for the SKS. The other thing I need is this. Make that work, as well as other things. But $9 grand for that. It's going to cost me a little bit. This is why we converted into rubles, because this is going to cost me rubles to do. Mechanic also sells things in euros. He's the only one that does that. But it's only certain things. Some things he sells in, for rubles. Some things he sells for... Oh, I can buy ammo cases now. All right, cool. It's kind of expensive, though. 178 grand plus. All right. So my rule was, if that SKS made it out and it got us some kills and did a good job, we would upgrade it progressively. So this is going to be the first direction we're going to go in. Fairly certain we need this as well. But the other thing I need is a buffer tube, and I do not know who sells that. I would imagine it's him, but I don't know that for sure. Good way to tell, though, if you're ever curious how you get an item, just click on this, hit link search. This will search everything that's related to that item. We want to go to weapon parts. We want vital parts. No, gear mods? Yeah. Stocks chassis. We can get that from the mechanic level 2, which is what we have. So I could have just bought it there. I don't even know why I did that. Let's just buy it here. That just makes everything easier for everybody. That's going to cost me 1,800. And then the last thing we potentially need. So we're going to stick this on this. Oh, we might have to do a little bit of surgery before we get that to work. Okay, so first things first, inspect, rip off the old stock, put on the new stock, put that on. And yeah, the last item we need is that grip, pistol grip. Messing this up. All right. So mechanic. We already have it selected. Yeah, that's the right one. So I'm not sure total-wise how much that cost me, but it wasn't too expensive. Another quick way to do this, go to modding. We need the pistol grip. Wait. Huh? Oh, I clicked on the wrong thing. Oop. There we have it. So this is now functional, but it's not complete. Main reason it's not complete is that I didn't actually put a stock on it. I just put a buffer tube on it. That's what I needed to do to get it to function, but we still have some work to do. So I should have done a check. Let's do a check here. Let's see how much our improvement's going to be. So old versus new. So old. Most thing I'm worried about is ergonomics 35 and vertical recoil and horizontal recoil. So we're at 146, 320. Let's rip off the old stock and put the new one on. We're up to, so the recoil is more, but we haven't put a stock on it yet. Ergonomics is way higher though. Okay, now I'm fairly certain I have stocks. I just have to find them. And they're somewhere in this stash. There's one. So I'm going to pull it out for now. We're going to sell this. I might as well just sell it now. Who do we sell it to? We'll do a toss-up between either the Peacekeeper or the Mechanic. $9, that's not really that good. 1,000, I'll take that. Okay. Just want to check to make sure the cash went where I wanted it to. Yeah, it went where I wanted. All right, so that's option number 1. We can see its stats. So minus 35% recoil and plus 7 ergonomics. So I probably have other stocks laying around. Just put that magazine in there. So let's see if I can find them and compare. I don't think this one will fit. No. Anything in here? No. Definitely not anything going to be in there. What about in this pack? Nope. This actually may be the only option I have. I'm not 100% on that, though. Forget if I check this one. This one? Nope. That just has grenades. I know that. Nope. Okay, the last bag I have, which is my big mod bag, is this. Which I don't have any other stocks. So that's pretty much it. If we don't want to spend any more money, this is the route we're going to go. It's not color coordinated. We're going to have to, you know, I have to apologize for that, but it will make do, or it will do. Now, there's other upgrades we can do, and none of them will cost me money. So I think we're going to do them. But at this point, recoil is a lot better than it used to be, as we can see here. Ergonomics is a lot better than it used to be. Let's make this even better, though. Mods. Let's grab one of these black guys here. So what is the stats on this one if we inspect it? So -1 to recoil, +6 to ergonomics. We can see the various differences. So this one's going to be +8 ergonomics, so it doesn't really deal with recoil at all. This one's better, -2 +6. I've got lots of these though, so I feel like that's the easier one to throw on there. That green stock is just ruining the whole color perspective. What's this one? Ooh, that one's a little bit better. It would fit. All right, you know what? Let's go with that because you know we gotta pair green with green, right? We've got a few of these laying around. It's not the same shade of green, so again, it's ruined. But if it's already ruined, let's keep ruining it. Okay, so that's good. The last thing I want to do, we're going to go ahead and rip off the current red dot. We may be able to upgrade a different rifle. But I'm not going to worry about that right now. So there's a weapon mod that I already have. I'm going to have to track down where the hell it is. It's not in there. Oop. We got a ton of those little green guys. So this is where I sort through all my stuff again. You know what? I forgot. Probably put a bunch of junk in here. Okay, those are all trade goods. Kind of forgetting where I put various things. This is all trade goods too, right? Already checked that one. I'm fairly certain to check that one. Yeah. You guys are just seeing the nightmare that is my stash. There it is. Okay, we'll grab that. Reason why is that goes up there. What this is going to do is going to make a canted sight. So we can put another sight on that. Because what I want to do is I want to put a scope on this bad boy. Which I should have somewhere. In theory. We've got this guy, but I don't think I have the mount for it. What we do need to do, though, is I need to... The site that I'm looking for, which I'm certain I have one. I could be mistaken, though. That's night vision, which we don't want. Well, in theory, we don't want. I may not have the site I'm looking for. I had one for sure, but I already used it. Just double checking here. That's a site, but that's not what I want. Shoot. Okay, well, I may have to either shop for it. There's another one of those night vision ones. Geez, how many of those night vision ones do I have? I probably should sell one of those. I got 3 of them at this point. This would do the job, but it's night vision. And I'm not really looking for that. I mean, it'd be alright for a night raid. I always have to check which sights will actually fit on this thing with the canted. I think I have to go with smaller sights. Which I'm not sure if I have extras of. Slot open there. I've already been through all this, but I just want to double check. Make sure I'm not buying something I don't need. Alright. Looks like we're going to have to buy both the sites that I want. One I'm going to buy from Peacekeeper. It's not going to be a good site, but it will be a start-off point. Okay, I'm fairly certain I've checked everywhere. So we'll go ahead and just buy stuff. We're going to start with Peacekeeper. And what I'm going to buy is just... I'm buying it from him because I need to upgrade him. So we're going to buy this. We need a mount for it. I'm hoping this works. If it doesn't, we'll find out soon enough. Go with that. Yeah, that does work. It's kind of a crappy site, but it is something. That's going to be off to the side for us. And then what I want is a scope on this. And you know what? I already have that set up on another one of my rifles. That I'm not using at the moment. So if I get another one of these sights... I'll use it on that later, but for now we'll switch it over because I just don't want to have to buy stuff. We're trying to limit our purchases here at the moment. Okay, we've all done it. Now, some of that's going to possibly drop ergonomics and other things, but there we go. We've got our modded out rifle. It looks horrible because of the colors, but oh well. Okay. You already have one in the chamber. Yes, you do. Alright, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this 3 rounds of ammo. Because I kind of want to stop using PS ammo if I can. Just realized I don't have a mag in this. That saves me space. What is my purple AKM? KM? You get to. Oh, you're all the way down here. I guess I'll just throw out my ammo box. It doesn't really matter. Either that or I could just buy more PS ammo, which I really kind of don't want to do because I want to buy better ammo. I feel like this PS ammo is just going to stick around forever on me, but there it is. 17. Fill item. Deal. Alright, I hope you guys have enjoyed that faffing about for what seemed like forever to get the rifle just right. But hey, we were trying to get it just right and get our weapon all situated. Now it's all pretty and lovely. Well, now we're going to need to insure it again. But we've already insured it, so we're going to have to go through and go to the individual items. And insure those. So, insure. These are just the new items. You have to be careful with that if you've already insured a weapon and you modify it heavily. It's only going to insure what you insured the first time. So if you modify it heavily, it will... all those items will not come back to you. So look out for the gold little indicator. Okay, we're checking it over. Looks all good. Now we have to do some trading. When I say that, we don't really have to do it. It's all good to go. Oh, maybe it isn't. I mean, I know I made room for myself, but all right. Let's see what stuff trades for real quick. Graphics card. You need 4-plex. 4-plex. I want to keep on to the plexiglass in case we get more then. All right. Let's do our search for the matches then. This is just going to be whatever seems interesting. Does this work on the SKS that I have? Nope. Okay. I could do with these. Let's trade for that. Boop, boop, boop. Hand over. Yeah, I've got weapons that could definitely benefit from that upgrade. I'll put it on this. Okay. That should clean us up so that we can put the backpack back. And there you go! You guys have witnessed the mess it is my inventory appropriately. We took a little bit of damage on my armor. I only reduced it by 1 point. And I don't think repairing it is going to do us much good. Because we can gain 3.28 points for that amount of money. I say we hold off until it takes a little bit more damage. Alright, we did one run. Let's do another one. Oh, I don't have a backpack. Whoops. We'll get another scab backpack, because we have plenty of those. And we'll go out. Hopefully we get more of the same as we did last time. We're gonna go 3 p.m. or 4 p.m. close to. We're all ready to go. Got medicals. Always double check that. Okay, here we go. Now, there's further upgrades I can do to this. We'll just kind of play it by ear, though. There's a butt pad you can stick on this stock. I don't know if I have access to it, though. I could just trade for it on the flea market, though, so that's not a big deal. We'll have to see how this sight combination works for us. So we've got the red dot for closer ranges, and we've got the scope for longer ranges, which should help us nicely. We're probably going to play with our weapon a little bit here to get started. But yeah, I have like 2 more upgrades I could do this thing. They'll have to survive to warrant it. And if I die, I don't mind, because we've got plenty of stuff in the stash. We've got insurance too. But I want this rifle to succeed because we upgraded it and it looks pretty now. Looks like, or sounds like it's going to be downpouring, although I just quieted down. So vision may not be great, so the scope may not pay off for us too much. Now, if we do a night run, we could always switch it out for that night vision scope. I found that night vision scope is not very good, though. But maybe under certain circumstances, it'll be all right. Usually, you're much better off just having straight-up night vision than a night vision scope, because you're only going to be able to see anything when you pull the weapon up to your eye and look down the scope. So how do you know the enemy's there unless you're already looking down your sight? And it's a scope, so your vision's going to suck when you don't have it up. Okay, we're starting in the village. We're starting with this. Hold that. We're going to go to 50 meters on that. And then we're going to switch to that. All right, we got it all illuminated and good to go. What's the range on that? I'm going to pop that up to 100. Sounds good. So we started in the village, which is not really good luck. But that's okay. We'll probably hit Scav Island here. Maybe go back into the village after we're done. May not be Scav, is too early in the raid, but we'll check it nonetheless. Give a good look-see. Go ahead and switch to our alternate sight. So we turn the gun over when we do that. It's a little weird, but it works. And it'll help us for close range engagements. Scopes are not really good for that. Okay, checking the little Scav patrol zone. As you can see, the overcast nature is making it a little difficult to see Scav Island. We're going to give a little peeky here. Looks okay so far. Let's switch back over to our close range site in case we have a close range engagement. I'll switch over to the long range site when a long range engagement seems likely. But if somebody pops up close to us, we're going to be wanting to have our little bit better close range site ready to go. In my opinion, anyway. I'm not a big fan of the site that we have. But it's the only thing that I can buy from Peacekeeper that's a site. Okay, we're gonna go on to Scav Island because there's good loot there. But it's a one-way, it's got no outlet. Okay, I saw the back end of the island. Doesn't look like there's anything there. So if somebody comes up on me, I may be trapped on this island until I deal with the situation. I'm likely going to be the first person here because of where I spawned in. Doesn't mean I will be the only one here. I did not see any scavs on Scav Island. I think it's too early in the raid for them to spawn in. And I have not really been seeing many scavs on the island lately. Oh, there's a little bit of a lag spike. Picking the back of the island real quick. Okay, it looks clear. Let's do our looting and get out with our lives intact. Empty. Hate to see it. Painkillers. Cheese wedge, I'll go ahead and put that on 4. Painkillers, I'll put on 5. Morphine, I'll stick in my bag. Those shots are close. That on 6. Not a big fan of that shot. Come in and get the valuable loot before we do anything else. Junk. Scav Island was not worth it. If we get killed here, this is going to be terrible. Gonna try and keep my eyes peeled, but I also want to get off the island as fast as I can because I do not like being here. Wow, my ping is through the absolute roof there. Yeah, I'm a little not happy with my situation right now because that gunshot sounded really close. And I really don't know where to go after this. I like going to the village for the scav kills, but it's way too early in the raid to find them there. It's going all right. That sounded off to my right. Fairly close. I wonder where that dude's shooting at. I think I'm still going to go into the village area. Despite the fact that I don't think I'm going to run into very many scavs this early in the raid. We have to be careful not to make a lot of noise here, though. Because we know there's a player nearby. Guess we can go in this house. We gotta make sure that we don't leave traces that we were here, though, so let's close the door. Wow, there's a whole lot of nothing in this building, huh? Is there an upstairs? Oh, there sure is. Also a door. No loose loot that I'm seeing. Again, let's leave everything the way we left it, so close this door. Is there literally nothing in this house? Oh, there's a duffel bag. Not particularly good. Maybe the duffel bag will... Oh! That's a quest item, so I'm gonna Ooh, sugar's worth a decent amount too. Let's put the splint up here. So we've got the whole smorgasbord of... Bandages is probably worth more to me than painkillers. And then we got ourselves a drink in case we're thirsty. Spark plugs is part of a quest, so that's why I grabbed that. Oh, thank you for the raid, original programmer. It's going pretty well. We're doing a little bit of a scav hunt. Not particularly thrilled with my spawn, but we'll work it out. And hey, Spadetail. Yeah, it is. I've definitely got pretty hooked to it. I played it quite a bit earlier on, but a lot of their recent changes have drawn me back in, and I've been playing it a lot recently. I'm not sure if this door is normally open or not, so let's make sure we clear. I think it is, but I'm just going to double check. It looks good. Okay. Got some jackets. Nothing there. The raids have been pretty good. My stash is a little out of control, though, so... we spent a good, I don't know, 30 minutes messing around. Although I did upgrade this SKS quite nicely. Oh, and thanks for the follow again. I gotta change that thing. I gotta change the font or something next time. Because it's cutting people off that have long names. Oh, I don't think I searched his jacket. But yeah, right now our quest is to kill scavs with a suppressed weapon. How far along on the quest have we gotten? I think we killed 3 on the last run. Which one are you? This one. Yeah, we got 3 last run. We gotta do 20 overall. Oh yeah, so what I did... Here, let me come in here a bit. So I got this upgraded stock, which has a rail up top. And what you need to get is... it is a canted backup sight. So it's this guy right here. And then you can fit... So it's kind of like at a weird angle. You fit your sight on that. And then I've got a scope for longer ranges. Control click will switch from one to the other. Or control right mouse, which is from one to the other. So we're set up for long and short range. Matter of fact, yeah, that's 50 meters. I want to up this to 100 meters if I can. Oh, it's already set to 100 meters. Okay, good. Yeah, I've been trading. There's a dude on the marketplace I would look out for. He trades those canted sights for matches. I think he takes 2 matches. So if you don't have access to it, it's okay. Just trade for it in the flea market. That's how I got all mine. And 2 matches are fairly easy to come by. So, not a hard one to pick up. You have to have a rail that will... See there, we got a match already. So we're halfway there. You have to have a rail that'll accommodate it, though. Usually it's a rail that's further up. Oh, that was a mistake. Oh well, we just made a bunch of noise. And I know there's a player around here, so hopefully they don't find out. Okay. Getting a little lost in the village here. I've never been in this section before. I'm still trying to learn this part of the map, because I know Shoreline fairly well. But I do not know the village all that well, so it's kind of still a learning process. Ah, there's the store. Okay, I know where I am now. So we're getting close to where scavs can spawn in, but I still think it's too early in the raid for it. We'll see. Let's go in from the backside. Because I'm a little... Okay, gunshots. If I were to guess, it sounded like to the right and behind me. Still sounds like there's a dude fairly close to me, though. Jump the fence. Oh, guess we can't jump this fence. Maybe you do the side jump. Nah, okay, that trick didn't work. I want to hit the other store first. But we'll go in the back way this way. Because that's usually where I see the scavs. And I want to get the drop on them if I can. I think I'm headed the right way. Yeah, this is the store here, up here. That's the store right there. Switch back to our meters. That's what we want. The question is, how do we get there? Looks like we're all fenced in. All right, well, that was a waste of my time. The weapon modding is pretty awesome in this game. Where is the hole in the fence? There it is. You really learn a lot about firearms through this game. I have a lot of firearm knowledge, beforehand, but it will teach you fairly quickly if you don't already know that information. All right, so this is where I usually ski some scavs, though again it may be too early. Let's clear the shop first. Okay, look at the road. Yeah, we got a whole lot of nothing here. Trying to think where I'm going to go after the village. Nothing in the cash register. All right. Let's hit this second store, and then we're probably going to get out. Of the area, I say. Not necessarily. I mean, my extraction's a decent distance away. I would say they're still working out things. They have a little bit of room to improve with some of the weapons, but I'd say they tend towards realism as much as possible. Let's hit this weapon box. Junk. We get a lot of junk from our loot locations. Alright, I say we go into the more dangerous part of the village, see if we can pick up any scavs there. Although that may be where the gunshots are coming from. Alright, you know what? I'm not gonna go there. We're here for scavs, we're not here for players. As much as that may be interesting. The goal here is to have this weapon go all the way through the quest and progressively upgrade it. And if that guy's already camped down that zone, we're not going to find any scavs there, we're just going to find him. Get through the swamp here. So I'm going to go up to the top of the map. We're going to hit the bunker area. Hopefully scavs have spawned in by then. And then we'll look towards the extract area. By the... what is it called? Road to Customs, I think? Yeah, Road to Customs is where we're going to go. Usually scavs spawn in there. If we don't see any there, we'll go by Scav Tower. See if we find any there. And if we still don't find any, well, I don't know what to tell you after that point. Hey, Pug. Probably hit spin tires here before we leave. Where are you, spin tires? Did I already pass you? No, you're up here. Yeah. Alright. Spin tires has not been looted. That's a good sign. Alright. I'm not interested in anything else in the swamp. Unless we want to go to Dead Body. Dead Body can have some interesting loot. That would take me over to the resort, which is not really where I want to go, though. Let's just keep going the predetermined path. It's going to take a little while to get where we're going, though. This is a big map, after all. See, I like going to the village late, because then you have at least a few scavs spawn in over there, but we spawned in there early, so not anything there. Okay, let's hit some of these boxes. As if I can get it to search. Come on, you can do it. We definitely got plenty of drink. We might hit some of this pineapple juice. I have never drank pineapple juice before, but chugging a whole, what would you say, a liter maybe? A pineapple juice sounds like an experience. Mmm. I'm sure it's got good vitamins or something though, right? How are we doing on our thirst? Oh yeah, we're full up. We've got a whole nother pineapple juice to tide us over. If we're here later in the raid or we get gut shot. Keeping an eye on this rock, because you never know where scav snipers may spawn in. I don't know if there's one that spawns here. I've never seen one. But better err on the side of caution, I guess. We may also run into a player coming this way at this stage of the raid, trying to get to tunnel extract, because we've actually been in the raid a decent amount of time now. I don't see anything up on the rock. So, yeah, I mean, I guess it's more of a thing in Russia to drink pineapple juice. I mean, I guess I could see it as like a mixed drinks, you know? But just drinking pineapple juice by itself? Okay, this rock can have snipers on it for sure. Let's do a little peeky here. It'd be hard to see them, though, if they're over on that side. There also may be loose scavs just out in front of the bunker. We'll have to be ready for that. Keep our ears open and don't walk into barbed wire. Is that a dead body? Somebody's been here. All right. Okay, first scav. Second scav. That guy just gave our position away. So we want to get in and out. Somebody's already been here, so this has more than likely been looted. We're just going to really quickly check those scavs. We're not going to probably take much from them. Although I will take the shotgun if that's nothing else. Pockets and then bag and then we're out for this guy. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Fires, alright, fine, I'll take it. Oh, I just got pinged. That should not have pinged me while I'm in streamer mode. I'm gonna have to, fine, we'll take that. Alright, let's get the hell out of here. That extract is not open. You know, I've never checked this area over here. I don't know if scavs spawn in over here. I'm just gonna leave it, because I don't know it that well. We'll probably do a little bit of a reload at some point. I'm not that bad off on ammo, but this weapon reloads really slow. So let's take a little bit of a breather here. Okay. Load it up with one we know is full. Okay. I should have probably taken the other shoddy, but that's all right. We've got more opportunities to loot maybe in the future. And that's the good point of a suppressor. We've tapped the one in the back of the head. The other one didn't even really know we were there. He got a shot off on us, but he didn't hit us. Shot off at us, I should say, not on us. Because he didn't touch us. But I want to get moving because there was a gunshot for sure. Anybody's in the area, they might walk towards the gunshot, so we don't want to run into anybody. That's a lesson I've started to try and teach myself. Especially when you have a suppressed weapon. You have an advantage that people are really not going to hear your shots unless they're really close. At least not hear them enough to be able to pinpoint them well. A non-suppressed gunshot, that carries a long distance. And players that are hunting other players, they're going to beeline for that kind of stuff, that activity, and they're going to look for you. So when you have an audible gunshot, move. You can stick around the area, but just move from where the gunshot was. Thought I heard a voice. I don't know if snipers spawn up on this mountain. They could. Could be mistaken on that, though. The rain stopped. Still very foggy, though. Which is going to make long-range shots challenging. There's loot up in this cabin. I'm not sure if the cabin's going to give me an overlook of where we want to go. If it does, that could be a good sniping spot for us. If it doesn't, that's okay. We have to be careful, though, because we crest a hill when we do that. And for those of you that aren't that big into shooters, cresting a hill is one of the worst things you can do because anybody on the other side can see you really well as soon as you crest that hill. So you might think, oh, high ground is great, right? Depends on how you approach the high ground, though. If you're up on the top of a ridge, people can see you a long way off. If they're on the other side of the ridge, of course. Okay, we gotta approach this like somebody might be here. Thankfully, we have these windows to peek before. Good. Let's see if this was looted. I mean, this is a loot spot. I oftentimes do not see people check junk. So we don't know for sure if somebody's checked this or not. Because that's junk. People wouldn't have taken that most likely. And that's empty. So quite possible somebody's been here. Now we could have taken it for the hell of it. Alright, so what I'm going to check here is the sight line that we get here. And that sight line is terrible. Okay, never mind. Let's move on. If I get an opportunity though where I could get in a good sniping spot, I might want to take it. We want to press the scope into service here and see what we can do with it. I think we still have a decent distance before we get to where I want to go. I also don't think it's going to be all that easy to get the sightline I'm looking for. Because if I remember correctly, there's like a ridge that leads into the road, and that ridge is like right on top of where the road is, where the scavs are going to be. So distance isn't going to be great. At least I don't think it is. Not 100% on how close we are just yet, though. How are we doing on thirst? 85, we're doing all right. We've been in the raid a decent amount of time. There's the weather station. We're not going there. There could be scavs there, but it's going to be hard for me to do an engagement that's not going to be long range. I'm sorry, that's not going to be short range. That's the opposite of what I wanted to say. We might get the sightline we're looking for up on this satellite tower. There's not really anything else up on the satellite tower, so there's a likelihood that nobody will be here. We'll check it just to be sure, though. Maybe a scav will show up. Okay, don't see anything. Let's see if we can see the road from here. Answer that may be a yes. Kind of hard to make out until I look into my scope. I don't know if that's the road I'm thinking of. I think that's the right road, but again, this ridge is kind of blocking where I really want to see, which is up towards the top. See that ridge right there? And it's right on top of where the road is, so it's going to make it kind of hard to get the distance I'm looking for. Maybe if we approach it from the right angle, we can get what I'm looking for. Nice long-range peek. I also have to be careful, though, because players may be camping this area because it is an extract. It is the extract for me. Maybe we hit Scav Tower first. There's not been a lot of action on this map. I heard some early on, and we saw some for sure because of the dead body at the bunker where that sniper scav was. Okay, we can see the road now. Question is there any scavs over there? My answer is a big no. All right, that's a bummer. Well, that's our extract. We're going to check somewhere else real quick. Wow, we are not getting lucky with these scav spawns. There's a whole lot of nothing over here. Usually this, well, there's a chance that this area is just absolutely crawling with scavs. There's a whole lot of none. Damn. Alright, let's just extract then. We got 2 kills. I would have preferred more action here, but sometimes you're beholden by the luck of the scav spawn. And we just didn't get any. There could have been some here. There could have been some at that tower. Neither thing. Did I just hear a voice? Oh, big spike. Yeah, nothing there. I'm not even seeing bodies, so it looks like there was never any scavs here. That's a bummer. Well, at least we can get out. Wait, what? Oh, we might be having that bug. Yeah, we're having that bug where the extract timer wasn't showing. That's very disconcerting if you're new to this game, because you're like, oh, I thought this is where the extract was, and then it's just not. It's a weird bug. It wasn't in the game before when I played, but it's definitely in the game now. So sometimes just be patient. If you think you're on the if you think you're on the extract and you don't see the timer, just wait 10 seconds. If it still doesn't take you, then start thinking something's up. But it could just be the visual bug where you're not getting the timer. All right. Well, we got 2 more scavs. I was kind of hoping for more action on this run, but at least one of the locations we thought to check ended up with scavs. So, unfortunately, all the other places we checked the village, didn't see anybody there. We checked the Scav Island, wasn't anybody there. It was early in the raid, though, so those are understandable. The bunker had a couple, so that was good. None at the extract and none at Scav Tower. So, unfortunate that most of those were strikeouts, but hey, at least we got the one, we got a couple, so we did progress the quest a little bit. We got a little bit of experience. And we'll mod up this a little bit more. There aren't too many more mods that I can do, but there are 2 in particular. One is an eye cap for the scope. That one, helps if you go the right. That one's from Proper, and it is fairly cheap. There it is. Oh wait, is this night vision eye cap? That's not what I want. What this one? Yeah, here we go. Yeah, that's right. Very cheap. What does it do? Not a whole lot. Gives you 1 ergonomic point, but hey, it makes the thing look a little prettier, right? Alright. The other item I want, I don't think I can buy right now because I have not leveled up. Not leveled up Peacekeeper, and I think that's who's going to get it. But let's go ahead and come in here. We're going to say on the stock, link search. And the thing that we're interested in, we're not getting. I want the butt pad. Well, we'll go ahead and examine this because I don't have it examined. Oh, we got another thing to examine. There we go. There it is. The cheapest we can find is 5K, huh? You get it from Skier. Skier level 3. Well, this guy's offering it for cheaper than Skier would give it to me. And then Peacekeeper level 3, which we're nowhere near. Let's grab this one for 5,000. But before we do that, what does it do? It decreases recoil and increases ergonomics. We're gonna go ahead and purchase that for 5 grand. Oh no, somebody else already bought it. Damn, that was a good price too. Well, $52 isn't too far off of what the Peacekeeper price is. Then we got people that are selling it for much more. Yeah, we should have acted on that one faster. I was just trying to see what all it did. I guess I have dollars to spare. This guy got a $1 profit from that. Good for him. Oop. And we'll just right click and hit modding. Oh, I already did the other thing. So that's as modded up as I can make this rifle now. I don't think there's anything else I could do other than very minor things. Like, for example, I could change what type of stock I have. Although, this one's pretty good, especially now that I have the butt pad. I can't change the grip. This is the only grip that works on this, as far as I understand. I could change what foregrip I have, but this is good enough. The sight I can definitely change. That might be the next change we do, if I make it out. But we're getting close to that time to wrap things up here, so let's see where we're at. So I was able to get 5 kills for this stream. We also got to upgrade that SKS. Now it's looking very pretty and functional. Let's actually compare it. How is it doing? So, inspect. We have 93 recoil vertical and 205 horizontal. That's still a little on the high side. It uses the same ammo as my AKM, and if we see a comparison there, 88 versus 183, so we can see them side by side. Ergonomics is slightly better. That's nice. This has room to improve, though, I think. Accuracy, slightly better, which is nice because we're trying to snipe with it. Range is just dependent on what type of sight you have, so we have greater range because we have a scope. Vertical recoil, the recoil is higher, though. And there's nothing I can do about this other than maybe switching out the foregrip to one that's more efficient. But I think there's only really a couple that would be better. Like this one here is, I think, -2% recoil, which is minus 1.75. And then I think there's one that's -4%. That's as good as you get. So not a lot of improvement we can do here. Maybe the stock, but probably the stock that would do it would be really expensive. Because at this point we have -35 plus the -4, so this is -39%. So there might be something out there that does better, but maybe slightly. So yeah, really all that I think I have left is just maybe a better sight for our red dot, because that could improve. But otherwise, this thing's pretty much done, I'd say. But yeah, it's not quite on par with the AKM, which is, again, firing the same type of ammunition. So it's a much more good comparison, apples to apples, rather than apples to orange, like another weapon that uses completely different ammo. All right, well, I think that's going to be it for this stream. I will be streaming some more Tarkov Saturday. And that stream will probably be entirely Tarkov. But if you are watching me here on YouTube, I hope you guys have enjoyed. I'll see you next time. Bye!